Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Jaya Radha Madhava Kunda Vyori Jaya Radha Madhava Kunda Vyori Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai. Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jai Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jai Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
So reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, this is Adi Lila, chapter 11, Expansions of Lord Nityananda, and today we have text 30. Jagadisha Pandita Hoy Jagat Pavana.
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 Krishna Premamrita Varshe Yena Varshagana.
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 Jagadisha Pandita Hoy Jagat Pavana.
Jagadisha Pandita Hoy Jagat Pavana.
Krishna Premamrita Varshe Yena Varshagana.
Krishna Premamrita Varshe Yena Varshagana. Jagadisha Panditaya Jagat Pavana. Jagadisha Panditaya Jagat Pavana. Krishna Premamrita Varshe Yena Varshagana. Krishna Premamrita Jagadisha Panditaya Jagat Pavana. Jagadisha Panditaya Jagat Pavana. Krishna Premamrita Varshe Yena Varshagana. Krishna Premamrita Varshe Yena Varshagana.
Jagadish Pandita Hai Jagat Pavana.
Jagadisha Panditaya Jagat Pavana.
Krishna Premamrita Varshe Yana Varshagana.
Krishna Premamrita Varshe Yena Varshagana. So we do word by word. Jagadish Pandita.
Jagadish Pandita.
Of the name Jagadisha Pandita.
Of the name Jagadish Pandita.
Hoy becomes Jagat Pavana,
Jagat Pavana.
the deliverer of the world.
The deliverer of the world.
Krishna Prema Amrita Varshe.
Krishna Prema Amrita Varshe.
He always pours torrents of devotional service.
He always pours torrents of devotional service.
Yena, like Varsha, rainfall. Ghana, heavy. Translation purport by Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. Jagadish Pandita, the 15th branch of Lord Nityananda's followers, was the deliverer of the entire world. Devotional love of Krishna showered from him like torrents of rain. Purport: descriptions of Jagadish Pandita are available from Chaitanya Bhagavat, Adi Lila chapter 4, and Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila chapter 14. He belonged to the village of Yashoda Grama in the district of Nadia, near the Chakadaha railway station. His father, the son of Bhattanarayan, was named Kamalaksha. Both his father and and mother were great devotees of Lord Vishnu, and after their death, Jagadish, with his wife Dukini and brother Mahesh, left his birthplace and came to Sri Mayapur to live in the company of Jagannatha Mishra and other Vaishnavas. Lord Chaitanya asked Jagadish to go to Jagannath Puri to preach the Harinam Sankirtan movements. After returning from Jagannath Puri, on the order of Lord Jagannath, he established deities of Jagannatha in the village of Yashoda Grama. It is said that when Jagadish Pandit brought the deity of Jagannath to Yashoda Grama, he tied the heavy deity to a stick and thus brought him to the village. The priests of the temple still show the stick used by Jagadish Pandit to carry the Jagannath deity. Jagadisha Pandita hoy Jagat Pavana Krishna Premamrita Varsha Yena Varsha Ghana. Jagadish Pandita, the 15th branch of Lord Nityananda's followers, was the deliverer of the entire world. Devotional love of Krishna showered from him like torrents of rain. Om Agyanatimirandasya Gnajana Chakshutamina Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashtatya Dishitarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Panchakalpatarupyascha Kripa Sindhuvevacha Padidam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna. So this is next branch. Today we have Jagadish Pandit, between the associates of Lord Nityananda, who was very amazing personality, and he was associate of Lord Nityananda and also Lord Chaitanya as well. So as in purport Prabhupada explained, that after death of his parents, he left his birthplace and he came to Navadvip to participate in those pastimes with the lordships, assist them in different ways. He is considered as one of the associates of Shiva Sangha, the house of Shiva's Thakur, where the kirtan pastimes were performed. Like, for example, once even when the Lord Chaitanya, before going to Gaya, before his transformation, and still as a Nimai Pandit, young boy, when Jagadish Pandit was chanting in Shiva Sangam with the other devotees, the holy name, small boy, Nimai just came there and to the courtyard, and he was just trembling in ecstasy. And his body was glowing like hundreds of suns. And then he just fell down and then completely losing his consciousness. And then he later, when he met Jagadish Pandit, he explained that I heard your voice, your chanting of the name, and I can tell you, this chanting coming from your mouth is non different than the sound of my heart. So this is one of the characteristic of the Jagadish Pandit, as mentioned today, actually in this today's shloka. So Jagat Pavana, the deliverer of the world, by the power of his chanting, by the purity of his heart, he was able to attract even the Lord himself to, and he was not able to even control himself. And this is one of the reasons why the Lord is not giving so easily bhakti, because bhakti is so powerful that even the Lord become controlled by that. So if someone is granted to have a bhakti to the Lord, pure devotion, such person becomes so powerful that the Lord becomes his servant. Like we see from the pictures sanctioned by Prabhupada. We know this famous picture when the Arjuna is on a chariot and the Lord become a charioteer. So the position of the charioteer as a servant is the position of the Shudra, to serve a chariotman. But Lord, because of bhakti of devotion of Arjuna, accept this humble position as a servant. Why? Because his bhakti was so pure. So similarly, when small Krishna, Gopal, he was carrying shoes of Nanda Baba, he was just doing this out of love and devotion. Sometimes small kids are just doing this kind of very satisfying to the hearts of the parents activities. And yes, shoes are very dirty. But still the Lord was just taking, just showing that I am the servant of my devotees because of their devotion. They conquering the heart of the Lord by the unalloyed devotion. So in this way, Jagadish Pandit love was so pure. That's why it's called Jagat Pavan, the deliverer of the world. Similar terms as Jagat Guru. She is giving to the Acharya, Acharyavan Purusho Veda. If someone is guided by such Acharya, by such pure devotee, he knows all Vedas. He knows all the essence of all Vedas. Just that's why it's so important to why Jagadish Pandit, like all the scriptures, Bhakti Shastra, explaining the other commentators, why Jagadish Pandit was so powerful preacher, as such exemplary and purified personality, be able to influence and deliver whole world by his presence, because he strictly follow Guru, Sadhu and Shastra. That's why Narottam Das Thakur is explaining in his prayers that Sadhu, Guru, Shastra, Hridaya Akya, that let become my heart and soul, this instructions of the sadhu, guru and shastra. Then all these beautiful qualities will emanate from the devotees, will manifest. Yasyaksti bhaktir bhagavati akinchana sarvais sura gunaha. Harava bhaktasya kuto mahadguna manarathana sati davatu vahi. As Bhagavatam explained very beautifully, that when devotee is engaged so nicely under the guidance of such pure devotees, he don't need to meditate about all these qualities to be developed. All good qualities, suraha, great personalities. It will just come automatically by his absorption in following Guru, Sadhu and Shastra. But second part of the shloka is explaining what is happening if one is not engaged when his body, mind and words in the service of the Lord. He is on the chariot of his own mind and he is bewildered by the power of the illusionary potency of the Lord. He is on the mental platform, chariot of his own mind, and taken here and there and do this, do that, everything, but not, nothing to just please Krishna, Guru and Vaishnavas. So therefore, this quality is very nicely emphasized here by Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami, that why he was such amazing preacher and personality, Jagadish Pandit, and the leader of the world, why he was called Jagat Pavana. Krishna Prema Amrita Varsha, that's another quality of Jagadish Pandit. He always pours the torrent of devotional service. So it's like we pray every day for the mercy of such pure devotees by singing, coming in front of the deities during Mangalarati and singing Gurvashtakam, these 8 prayers for the mercy of the pure devotee. We should actually meditate about the mercy of Srila Prabhupada while singing this Gurvashtakam, because Srila Prabhupada definitely is such pure devotee. And first stanza, first shloka of this prayer, Gurvashtakam, it's exactly in relation to this aspect of pouring devotional service, this mercy on others. The spiritual master is like a like a cloud of when the water is evaporating and creating the clouds, then the cloud is showering the torrents of rain, and then this similarly the heart of the living entity, which is full of lusty desires, which is burning heart of each living conditioned soul of this material world, can feel some kind of cool down, and by the mercy, by contact with such devotees. Brahmanda Brahmita Kona Bhagyavan Jiv Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Beach. Therefore it is mentioned that after wandering in this material world, from one body to another, from one planet to another, sometimes become insects, sometimes accept the body of the demigod Indra, or whatever other bodies. Living entities only can be considered as Bhagyavan, fortunate, when he will meet such devotee of the Lord. When he meet devotees of the Lord, then by hearing Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadaka Binoy Shravanadi Shuddha Chitte Kare Udoye. Then just by hearing such pure devotees, the sound vibration coming from the heart of such pure devotees, then the fire of the material existence can be extinguished gradually by following the instructions of such sadhu. That's why Narottam Das Thakur say, not even say Shastra, not even say Guru, first he's saying sadhu. Following the instructions sadhu. Then the transformation can change. The heart of the living entity. And then gradually that all the heart can be cleansed. Shinvata Svakata Krishna Punya Shavana Kirtana Hridiyantasto Bharyabadrani Vidinoti Surit Satam. When we're hearing and chanting about the glories of the Lord and his devotees, like we're doing today, then heart becomes cleansed and purified from all the material desires. And when it's happening, when someone voluntarily is doing this, that while being in this material world, if we not spend some good qualitative time daily, morning and evening, at such hearing and chanting, then we can be very easily again covered by the modes of nature, tamas and rajas. Even while here living in the temple, which is not different than Vaikuntha, still we have to work, always make a conscious effort to work on our consciousness, on the purity of our service. That's why the standard books of the Vaishnavas, like Madhurya Kadambini, Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur explain that come to that platform of the purity of the heart, that we'll be able to influence more and more by our own stage of Krishna consciousness, by our own maturity. We have to detect and go through to different stages of devotional service and remove from our heart different weaknesses of our own heart. Hridaya Durbalya. Like this process from Shraddha to Prema starts actually from Shraddha. Shraddha is the beginning, but before even Shraddha, that we have some start to having faith in the words of Guru, Sadhu and Shastra. Even before that, while wandering and in this material world, as beautifully explained Bhaktivinoda Thakur in his writings, everyone is wandering and being beaten by Maya, being kicked by material energy left and right, and then one's become a little bit more humble. Like Srila Prabhupada was explaining, if you not become humble in the young age or middle age, in the old age, everyone become humble. Just bowing down, just with the age. So, so then Bhaktivinoda Thakur explained the jiva is just to start to cry, and the soul start to cry. Oh my Lord, oh God, wherever you are, whoever you are, my Lord, please help me. I'm so helpless. I feel so defeated. I tried everything to enjoy this world, to try to control the resources, and just now I'm defeated. Please help me. And this Bhaktivinoda Thakur said this is the changing pivot point in the heart of each living conditioned soul in this material world. Because on the next day, Bhaktivinoda Thakur said he meet devotee, Krishna Sasaranji. You're getting your first book, you meet some devotee, like Ramatana was saying. He was really wandering, walking in his hometown, and then boom, oh, who is that personality? What's the kind of books, let me see. Let's take it. So then it will bring someone to Vaishnav Sangha. So Shraddha is just to create this faith into Shastriya Shraddha, into Shastra, because central point is Shastra, Guru and Sadhu just supporting the conclusions, what is in the Shastra. They are only actually can be heard and followed because they explaining what is in the Shastra. That's why nothing blindly should be followed. And it should be referred to what is there in the scriptures. That's why Prabhupada just encouraged devotees. And it was only one on his complaint, actually, he said. So many temples, so many festivals, so many devotees, but nobody read my books. It was so... I spent all my sleepless nights. Every night Prabhupada did this only just for what? For writing these books. And for whom? Prabhupada said, for you. It is not for non-devotees, it's for devotees. To read them every day. Because you can find the truth. You are in the touch with the truth, with the reality. Like we're so busy in doing this, but if you're not reading Prabhupada books, you even don't know when you are covered by the tamas and rajas again. We just become dull-headed. And so that's why it should be always stress and very conscious effort. Every day on the Shastra to develop this faith, this inclination to read every day. How long? At least 1 hour, Prabhupada said. Best is 2 hours daily. But at least minimum this is 1 hour to keep our head above the water of the material existence, to keep ourselves bright, a little bit above the modes of material nature. So this is Shraddha. Shraddha means respect. Someone is being in Vaishnav Sangha, trying to cultivate Shastriya Shraddha, have some sympathy, some respect to other devotees. That's why he's associating with them. And then in the Sadhu Sangha, he will choose someone who wants to focus to follow specifically. On the beginning, Srila Prabhupada or other previous acharyas, you should hear many devotees, no problem. But ultimately, you should focus on only one and his instructions. Because only then you will be able to develop this system of focusness on by following the instruction of the Guru. You will be what is really happening when one's follow the instruction of the Guru. The taste, the experience of the Guru, what he's experiencing, is transmitted to the heart of the disciple, of the student. This is really what is happening. So then someone is developing the same mood, the same bhava, the same interest, the same mission as his own spiritual master. And then Prabhupada said, that is why I was so successful. Because I strictly follow this principle. Vayasayatmika buddhir eke hakuru nandana bahushakka yanantascha buddha vyovasainam. Yes. Only those who are very fixed, have eka manasa, they are very fixed mind, one point attention, mind on those instructions, following and executing them, delivering to the others. Then can only achieve Krishna. Krishna's explained in Bhagavad Gita in the second chapter, right? Yeah. But bahushakka, but if someone has brain intelligence, he cannot focus. Like very beautifully Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur says, just from the beginning of the creation, you have these two type of sages. Where they are living, when the material world is created, and there was the Caspian Sea. You have this Caspian Sea, right, in Russia. So the material was created, and the first sages, the sons of Brahma, they're there. There are two groups of sages. One is Ekayana sages, one-pointed. There's only one God. There's only one supreme deity, worship of Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu. And there are other group sages, Bahushaka. They are the different type of deities. They are different type of, worshipping, They are branched, Oh, let me worship the Lord, in different way, Just, so they imagine, that's why this is from where it's coming, this Panchopasana worship. When it was coming, originally Hinduism is coming, worshipping Durga, worshipping Ganesh, worshipping Vishnu in the mode of goodness. It's not the Vishnu which we are worshipping, it's different, impersonal Vishnu. Like Guru Vayu, we have temple in South India, when the Mayavad is worshipping the Lord like that, and they going, every day in procession, and they worshiping the deity. You can worship even deity, but if the intention is to just merge into deity, merge into impersonal Brahman, that's just Mayavada concept, impersonal concept. So this is devotees are just rejecting this Kevalaya, so great emancipation or liberation. They're not accepting. So so anyway, that's the thing, that Bhajana Kriya, after Sadhu Sangha, would lead us to Bhajana Kriya. It would accept initiation from such spiritual master, pure devotee of the Lord. And then we're starting our journey, leading us to at least Nishta. Nishta is very, very important to achieve in this very lifetime for any of us, all of us. Why? Because Prabhupada said that if you achieve Nishta, you're going home back to Godhead. Even it's not complete. Why? Because 75% of work was done. We have to go above 50. 75. But don't go out for Sankirtan if you at least don't have 12 rounds chanted. Because we're not so Krishna conscious, You're not able to influence others. So in LA, Prabhupada was giving class, and devotees built very huge, big pedestal, like everyone was looking like this in Prabhupada, big, Vyasa, there was a Vyasa for Prabhupada, there was the steps, and Prabhupada just was on the top there, and then everyone was looking like that, So, so this is very important instruction, that senior devotees, spiritual master, guru, senior devotees, this is the key to success. When we have this respect, then our progress is very, very quick, very rapid. But as our respect is reduced, our also advancement is reduced. So so during Prabhupada times, this is how devotees were worshipping spiritual master. This is how the position in the temple president was the worship. Everyone was so much in a revered, very respectful mood. Not like now you're going on internet, and everyone can say anything about anyone, and now this is our culture, and so much criticism, and and fans about about this person, that person, and everything become one, we are all one, now. Mayavada philosophy, very nicely established. So then we are losing, our chance to make the progress. So Prabhupada was there and, giving class. And Prabhupada, one point of his class, is saying, only when you 100% surrender to Krishna, Krishna will take you. And devotees were just like so depressed, just everyone bowed down, gosh, what's the chance for me, wow, just like, and then Prabhupada looked at them, just to encourage them a little bit more. And Prabhupada said, even 90%, when you surrender to Krishna, Krishna will take you, and still devotees are just like looking, not so convinced, And then Prabhupada said, even 80%, Prabhupada said, Krishna will take you, So then Prabhupada finished class, and just stepping down, and then his chadar fell down, and Prabhupada just put chadar, chadar fell down, Prabhupada just put in his aristocrat. Even 75%, Krishna will take you. So 75% is Nishta. That's the 75%. But to come to the platform of, you have to go to the Bhajana Kriya and Anartha Nivriti. Anartha Nivriti is the longest period, Prabhupada explained, because you need to detect and address, like we chanting. We have to kick out while we're chanting one, distraction after another. One desire after another. So on one hand, we are practicing bhakti. On the other hand, we have to also detach ourselves from all this desire. This is called Asat-sanga Tyaga. Asat-sanga Tyaga is not external. Of course, we should avoid association, non-devotees, those who are materialistic, attached, to opposite sex. That's what we should follow. That's the instruction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But it is not external. It is internal also. You should also detach yourself. Asat-sanga Tyaga. That's the same principle. Detaching yourself from this. So on one hand, practicing bhakti in the same time, practice also detachment. There are two tracks in the life of the devotee. Bhakti Thakur explained. 9% of devotional service is one track. Starting from Shravana, Kirtana, Vishnu Smaranam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atma Nivedanam. 9% of devotional service. This is one track. So what is the second track? To make us detached. This is what is make us attached. What is make us detached from any desires and attachments for sense gratification. It's following the duties of Varna and Ashram. Brahmacharya. Become the proper one. Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyas. Oh, we don't care for Vana, but don't care or don't care. This is the system. Either you see or you don't see or you value or not. It is there, but it's not organized, Prabhupada said. In Kali Yuga, it's not organized. It's just like everyone is in chaos. No one cannot detect, my conditioning. That's why I can't see the conditioning of others. That's why I don't know how to deal with others. That's why I don't know on which position are the others. Are they higher, equal, or lower? So unless you detect, your own conditioning, where you are, and Krishna consciousness is such beautiful journey. On the beginning, everyone is Shudra. Kala Shudra Sambhava. Everyone is just complaining. Everyone just lamenting. All day is just absorption about myself, me and mine. About my problems. About that person. Always in a complexity of superiority or inferiority. Complex. Just jumping. How I'm wonderful or how I'm useless. That's why I cannot do nothing. So, so these things are there, but because we're chanting, associating with devotees, and we're doing this sincerely as much as possible, then we're advancing. And then we're doing same activity but not anymore in tamoguna, tamasic, lamentation, but then you will become profit-oriented person. What I can get from it, from this what I'm doing, Wow, just, what it's for me. Wow. And, so we calculating, the results, of our service. That's Vaishya mentality. So from Shudras, one is the combination of the gunas changing. Someone become more purified. So less tamas, little bit rajas is there, and sattva. Then someone become more purified. Then from this attachment or think like Shudra, having mentality of Shudra and mentality of Vaishya, become more detached. Somebody will start to think more about others. What I can do for the others' benefits. Considering others, do something for the others. That's the Kshatriya mentality. Kshat. Kshat means pain. Trayata means protect. And then someone further purified himself, they come to the platform of the Brahmana. Like Prabhupada explained, when Krishna gave instruction to Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita, and Arjuna followed them, when he surrendered, he was not anymore Kshatriya. He became a Brahmana. So fully dependent on the mercy of the Lord. That's the Brahman mentality. And we have to come like this step by step, because gradual process to the Sattva Guna. Because in Sattva Guna, only Prabhupada say that you can get the mercy of the Lord. There's no other way. Then you can be promoted gradually to Vishuddha Sattva. Sattvam Vishuddham Vasudeva Shabditam. Then, when you promote it to pure goodness, then you can see the Lord face to face. And Prabhupada, in another class, he was actually explaining, just by chanting Hare Krishna every day, what we are doing, and just by taking prasadam every day, in the association of devotees, I promise you, Prabhupada said, you will see Krishna, God, face to face in this very lifetime, on the end of your life. And devotees, Jai Prabhupada, Jai! Class finished. So this promised. It's promised by pure devotee. It's gonna happen. As you have to remain on this path, and just try to elevate your economy, make and make a conscious effort by associating with advanced devotees. So therefore, before coming to this platform of pure goodness, like Jagadish Pandit, to this caliber of the purity, then the Lord, like Bhaktivinoda Thakur saying, Jagadish Pandit's heart was so pure that the Lord was running to him to take food from him. So Prabhupada explained that the Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, that service of one's can be so potent that not only because of the knowledge, we following the rules, to keep everything clean and nice and neat, we have to follow these rules, But when we come to that point, it's just that the pure affection, like sadhana bhakti. Sadhana bhakti is for what? Just following the rules and regulations. It's just to destroy your ignorance. But this is not the goal. The goal is to develop pure affection to the Lord. That's the goal. This is the sandhya. So sadhana, it's not the goal. Sadhana is just, to help us to reach the goal. And then offering to the Lord is not out of knowledge because of the rules of the Shastra. The offering to the Lord will be just out of love. That's the real offering. Then then something can miss from your plate, because the Lord will take it himself. So therefore, bhajana kriya, it's very, very important. Like now we are in 9th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. And 9th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam is the name of 9th canto. Prabhupada is liberation. Liberation. How to liberate yourself. how to liberate yourself, because actually the whole stories of the 9 canto are just written and explain. One of the purposes just to is, yes, of course, bhakti, to establish bhakti, but also establish, to give us knowledge and detachment. Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur explained. That's the reason why so many stories in the 9th canto explained. And the 10th canto, there's just only stories to fully able to take shelter of the Krishna and this mood, accepting this mood of Vrindavan, of the Vrajavasis. Like Prabhupada was asked, Prabhupada, when you're chanting Hare Krishna, what do you feel? I become fearless. That's the mood of the Vrajavasis. There's no any fear. There's nothing to worry. So that's the result of chanting of the holy name of the Lord regularly. So the bhajana kriya, sometimes bhajana kriya is looked like bhajan. It's not real bhajan, it's not real worship. But this is, after initiation, there is 6 weaknesses I pointed out on this path. And they should be discussed very thoroughly in association of devotees. First one is very important, First weakness is called utsahanmai. It's enthusiasm. Someone is very enthusiastic, but little only intelligence. Like enthusiasm without intelligence is called fanatism. So everyone cannot avoid it. Everyone's going through this fanatical practicing Krishna. Prabhupada explained from the 3rd chapter Bhagavad Gita, he was giving a class, is that someone is following nicely the rituals, but a little bit, or he even don't know, he don't have philosophical understanding why he's doing all these rituals. So that's why this is the obstacle. This is first battle which you have to go through after accepting the shelter of the spiritual master and the bhajana kriya level. That one following the rules, but don't have actually right attitude to express yourself through these rules. That's why what is the characteristics of this fanatism? That he always has crash with other devotees, with other living entities. He don't know how to treat them properly, nicely. That's why all problems with the family members, with the relatives, with the friends, with the peers, people around, because of this fanatical attitudes. Prabhupada said fanatism is not good. Prabhupada said that, dull-headed rascal, Prabhupada said, is a fanatic. So, but you cannot avoid it. Just one of the stages, on devotional service. So then the next stage, Vishwanatha Chakravarti Madhurya Kadamini explains Ganatarala. Sometimes he is fired up, sometimes he is just cool down. Sometimes you want to do things, sometimes I'm just helpless, I'm just used, I don't know, So sometimes you're up, sometimes you feel down. Good day, bad day, we call. So so this stage is just also very, very interesting stage of practicing devotions, someone becomes so mechanical in practicing of associating with devotees, doing seva, associating with the family members, very mechanical. So why? Because once think that because I'm doing something externally, that's it, job is done. No, it's not job is done. Someone is doing externally activities, but hiding all his weaknesses of his own heart. That's the stage. That's why someone is very mechanical. That's why someone is very fanatical, like that. And that's why there's so much crashes with others, problems with others, while dealing with others. So this is the next stage of the bhajana kriya, ganatarala. And then you have yudha vikalpa, indecisiveness. I should live in the temple or I should live outside. I should work, or I should stop my work, sell my apartment, and go to maybe to Mayapur or Vrindavan and practice my own bhajan. You know, I should do business maybe, or I should, maybe stop to do business, and become a renounced person. And it's just always, someone has become so mental, basically. That's why in this stage, it's so important to have association of senior devotees. Guru, have a guru, because otherwise our own guru is our own mind, So this is so dangerous, actually. Never trust your mind in this conditioned state. You should trust the mind of others who are not conditioned, who have pure minds. Depends more on the help and advice and instruction of those who are able to control mind and sense, in charge of it, rather than be subject of it. So this indecisiveness is the next stage. So one stage after another, just explain like that. I can just go, but we have to finish actually. And so I just explain the three. We can explain three others and then maybe next time. Because we are limited also the time, we have to be fixed to that. But Jagadish Pandit is just, once again, he actually is example of the real bhajana kriya, real worship of the Lord. If we want to come to the stage, we have to really take it seriously, reading Prabhupada books. There's no question that that you will find out. Just by some mercy, by some enlightenment, just one day I will walk some thunderbolt of mercy of the Lord, strike me, then become Krishna conscious. No, it's not like that. As Prabhupada books are just a map. Where I am now, this map of the material, where I am last, where I am today, and how I can go, properly, out of these materials to Krishna, by the guidance, instruction of Srila Prabhupada commentaries, Bhaktivedanta commentaries. So so that's on the end. Just want to tell just few stories about Jagadish Pandit. So Jagadish Pandit, amazing devotee, amazing. He was a grihasta. He's a family man actually, and he was great scholar. That's why his name was, Pandit, Pandit of the whole world. Yeah. But he was not. He was very humble at the same time. He was not preaching conquer others, make others Krishna conscious by his scholarship. Although he was Pandit, he was not identifying at all. Yeah, there was one scholar he met, and this one scholar in one village was there, and he just had ideas, about his own chanting, about his own advancement. But he's doing this without any regulations, not regularly. From time to time, he was just doing that, and also he had this idea, chanting not, loudly, but like in his own mind, mana vrata. So and then Jagadish Pandit just appeared to this village, and he met this scholar, and and then Jagadish just encouraged the scholar, come, let's go together. Like every day, the devotees just gather to, let's go for Harinam, let's go for Sankirtan, let's go chant together. I said, no, I have my own, chanting, I have my own japa, I have my own project, go home back to Godhead, So then, then Jagadish encouraged him. No, just come. I said, no. I will stick to my own plan. And then he left. And then during night, the scholar had a dream. The Lord Chaitanya just appeared in his dream, just embracing him and just telling me, you just please go to Jagadish, he will help you, And then he just run morning, wake up after this dream, run, weeping, crying, and then and Jagadish was explaining actually, the power of the chanting is such that even if you chanting without any intention, it will give you the all liberation, and the all obstacles will be removed. It's just, it is so powerful. Even if you are not chanting this properly, still the name will just uplift you. Will liberate you. So so by just humility. Another beautiful pastimes described by the acharyas is about Annapurna mountain, because he was cooking everyday feast for the devotees. Jagadish Pandit. He was cooking everyday feast and feeding devotees, and then after each Nama Sankirtan, devotees were coming and he was just cooking, sharing. He was really fired up into that, into the service. Why? Because it was his original Svarupa. His original Svarupa is in spiritual Gaura Ganodesha Depika explaining that he's one of the assistant of Nanda Maharaj. To arrange, Hare Krishna? To arrange the food for Nanda Maharaj, to arrange milk, to arrange buttermilk, to provide this, and cook and assist Nanda Maharaj in his service. This is original Svarupa in the spiritual world. Like once, Jananiva's Prabhu, I think this was Pankajangi Prabhu, one of the twin brothers in Mayapur, at Pujaris. And just during one offering to Srila Prabhupada on his Vyasa Puja, I was explaining his realization. So I am just doing this puja every day, this by seva, and I was thinking that I will do something else. But then in one point of my service, I just realized this is exactly what I would do also there. It's not different. It's exactly what I do. It's not different what I'm doing here, that I would do something different there. Exactly, I would do the same thing. So there's this story that his house became, there was scarcity of the food. And the next day, something should be cooked after, again, Nam Sankirtan of devotees. And there was no food, no any vegetables, no rice, nothing. And he was just praying to the Lord Gauranga, please help, what I should do? And he went falling asleep. And Lord Chaitanya appeared in his dream. Don't worry, tomorrow we just go, on the bank of the Ganges, close to your house, everything will be there, And he just wake up and just went there, following Chaitanya's order. And there, they were floating, the baskets, with the rice, with different vegetables, with different fruits. He took it very enthusiastically and offered to the Lord, cook and hey, call everyone. He was so compassionate. He was so humble that even animals he was able to liberate by his seva. One time there was one dog who was coming every time whenever he was cooking, and this dog was there. Sometimes he was feeding him, but he'd never chase him away. He's allowed him to be close. He was so compassionate. So then, what's happened that then in one point, dog disappeared for like several days, and then he came back, but he was very weak and limping, And what Jagadish Pandit did, he just, approached this dog and tapped on his head, and he said, "Don't worry, soon you will reach Vaikuntha." And the dog it is said, that he was howling, and he left his body. And then Lord Chaitanya told later to Jagadish Pandit, your service is so powerful, your compassion is such great, you are such wonderful Vaishnava that you even liberating the other, living entities, in the animal bodies, So I will finish it. Thank you very much. Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai. Some questions or comments? No? Thank you. No? Yes.
The 6 obstacles in the Bhajana Kriya stage
Yeah.
that you mentioned is described in this book of Vishwanath Prabhu.
Madhurya Kalambini. Thank you. Jai. Shri Prabhupada ki jai.
Vigatashu Prabhu ki
Jai.